Have you ever had to like pay out of pocket for a funeral in the past?
No, no,
Okay.
my mother had everything already
Good, good. I'm glad to hear that everything was, put into place to make sure that you don't have to pay out of pocket.
That was in a very, very intentional statement. I'm glad that everyone has something in place so you don't have to pay out of pocket. Like that, I say that in my script is very, very intentional. I even sometimes elaborate when I say that in my script. I say, I'm glad they have something in place so no one had to come out of pocket. Because from what I heard, Miss Mildred, it's very hard to grieve when someone does not have enough coverage when someone passes away.
but I wanted to get something for myself.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm very glad to hear that you already have coverage in place. I mean, surely a lot of people I talk to actually don't have any coverage in place. So I'm glad to hear that you do. You said your daughter took that out on you?
Yeah, my daughter has some on me.
That's amazing. Do you know how much coverage she has on you?
I want to say, I think it's five.
About 5,000?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you happen to know what company that's with?
No, I don't.
Now, like this to me, I'm like a big detailed person. And I always tell people this saying, I always tell people sticks make a tree and tree make a forest. So the details do matter. And even with this agent here and this her tonality, she's ending every single question with an upbeat tick in her voice. Like that to me, I study that. I'm like, wow, like that makes the person feel like they want to keep listening to you. So every single question she keeps saying, you can tell that there's an uptick. Like it's not like a, hey, do you have any insurance? No, it's like, do you have any insurance? Like that's so like intentional. And I want you guys like, no matter if you're like, Mike, I'm an expert at the script, right, Ethan? I want you to now start to add the uptick in your voice when you ask the questions. It's a small detail, but it makes the client want to keep on engaging and listening to you.
Okay. How long has she had that on you?
What's that? About a good 5, 6 years?
5 or 6 years. Okay, so she's had it for you for quite a while. Now you were requesting it because you were looking to see what else is out there.
So and then you see right here, she gets the answer from the client and she is agreeing, acknowledging, assuming, which I always tell people in discovery, you're rephrasing what the client is telling you, and now you're asking your question. So she made the client feel heard, and she didn't drop the ball there, Chad. She's now going to her next set of questions.
Or you wanted to add more coverage?
No, that's hers. I just want to get my own, in case,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Yeah, you want to get some for yourself and just make sure that everything is taken care of and in the event that something happens to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there's so many people out there, Shirley. Like I said,
Watch this next statement. This is crafty, this next statement. And I'm getting a little excited right now. This is crafty for next statement. This next statement, a lot of agents say this instead. A lot. So I haven't played it yet. So I love to kind of get you guys on the edge of your seat, on the edge of your seat or your car seat, right, Chad? So this next statement, questions you're gonna ask, people say it like this, but not you guys. You guys are all top level performing agents. Some other agents say this. So, Miss Betty, it sounds like you want to get some insurance today. Is that correct? This next, how she says it makes her feel less salesy. Watch.
with no coverage at all, but then they leave their spouse or their children with a huge bill to pay upon their passing. I'm sure this is something you don't want to do, correct?
Correct.
Now,
She painted a picture for the client. She painted a picture. She said, yeah, that makes sense. A lot of people that I know have no insurance and they leave a large debt upon their family. Boom, boom, boom. That's something you don't want to do for your family. Is that correct? She painted a picture. It's called an imagery. I think I learned that back in college at OSU. It's called imagery. I can't even say it right, but you guys get the gist. You paint a picture, make the client feel like, huh, yeah, I don't want that for myself.
Is your priority with this, is it to make sure your final expenses are taken care of, or did you also want to leave some extra money behind for your daughter?
Uh, no, it's just for me. I mean, I just want to go and see if I can pay my own self.
Mm-hmm.
But she can kind of take her policy and do what she has to do with it because she have kids.
Mm-hmm.
But I have to get a quote and see if it's in my price range.
Mm-hmm.
Because I ain't ever on a full time.
I love the mm-hms. Mm-hmm. Face to face, you're doing this. You're smiling like, yeah, I gotcha. Like, I love the mm-hmm over the phone because that's all you have is your voice. You don't have your great looks, Ethan. You don't have your great looks, Tanika. You don't have your great looks, Miss Hernandez. You don't have your great looks, Miss Heatherly. All you have is your voice. But face to face, Chad, Philip, you got your great smile. You got your great hair. You can do the da da da. But over the phone, all you guys, mm-hmm. And by nature in communication, when you do mm-hmm, you're listening, right? Mm-hmm. I can go.
Of course. And we work with a lot of people who are on a fixed income.
The client said, if it fits in my budget, that to me is called a pricing objection in your presentation. The client's giving you a pricing objection. And you guys all know we gotta rebuttal the objections. Because if we don't, it will come at the end when they want to think about it. So we're the client, like she's giving the client right now a rebuttal to the objection of if it fits into my budget.
Who have fixed budgets. So that's the most important thing for me, is that we want to make sure we're finding you a plan that's affordable for you. So we're typically able to find our clients plans that do fit within their budget, and we'll definitely talk about that. Now, Shirley, have you experienced any funeral?
Oh my God, this script is giving me like, do you guys see how she's making a statement and then going into her next question? I'm telling you guys, that's harmony. That is like Taylor Swift harmony. I don't like Taylor Swift, no offense, but shout out to their marriage. But like, it's a statement and it's a question. She's not just putting a statement there and just dropping the ball. It's a statement and a question, Mary. That's how it should go. It should go rephrasing what the client said to you, and then you ask the next part of your question. This gets you, Erica, out of the limbo of staying your discovery, talking about nonsense sometimes. And you think you're building rapport, but you're actually getting in the friend zone, and the friend zone gets you no sales. Half the time, it does not get you any sales.
Recently, in the last couple years?
Not from nobody from my family.
Okay.
But close friends and stuff like that.
Oh, you have? How recently did you experience that?
I'm gonna say about 2 years ago.
About 2 years ago. Do you mind me asking who passed away?
It was one of my friends. He was a friend man of mine.
Oh, wow. I am so sorry to hear that for your loss. Do you know if he had any coverage in place?
I would have loved a little more slowness here, but I'll take it. I would have loved, I'm so sorry for your loss. My condolences. Then the question, but I'll take what she said. But I will a little more slower down here. This is my personal opinion. I'm gonna touch my own opinion. All right, let's keep going.
No, his family couldn't pay him.
Oh, wow. His family had to pay out of pocket for the funeral? His family had to pay out of pocket for the funeral?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Can you imagine what kind of burden that was on them? Do you think that?
You like that one, Nadine? I know you like that one.
It's hard on the family?
I can't say. I really don't know. I didn't ask no questions. I ain't say nothing. That's what they done. So.
Okay. Have you ever had to?
Nobody else about what's going on with their family.
Yeah. Have you ever had to like pay out of pocket for a funeral in the past?
No. My mother had everything already ready.
Good. I'm glad to hear that everything was, put into place to make sure that you don't have to pay out of pocket. Now,
That was a very, very intentional statement. I'm glad that everyone has something in place so you don't have to pay out of pocket. Like that, I say that in my script is very, very intentional. I even sometimes elaborate when I say that in my script. I say, I'm glad they have something in place so no one had to come out of pocket. Because from what I heard, Miss Mildred, Miss Betty, it's very hard to grieve when someone does not have enough coverage when someone passes away. Because now I'm also painting a picture of what it could look like.
Babe, Shirley, if something happens to you last night.
Now, so in discovery, you're trying to figure out the client has insurance or no insurance. Or they have insurance, do they want to add coverage or find a better deal? If they had no insurance, why they have no insurance? Then you go over the funeral questions, like she did just now. And now she's in the last part of her script I call it raising the stakes. I'm gonna say it again. In discovery, Erica, you want to figure out they have insurance or no insurance. They already have insurance, figuring out they want to add coverage. They want to see what else is out there. They have no insurance, trying to figure out why they have no insurance. After that part, you can go into the funeral questions to figure out more stuff about them. And then the last part is being called raising the stakes. I gotta say it again. I was gonna drink some water first, but I can say it without the water. So the discovery you're gonna do, figure out if they have insurance, they have no insurance. If they already have insurance, you want to figure out if they want to add more coverage or see what else is out there to find a better deal. If they have no insurance, you want to figure out why they have no insurance. And then after that, you want to go over the funeral questions because that allows you to dig deeper. And then you're going to go into the last part where we're going to go into now called raising the stakes. Hopefully you got that. It's called being recorded too. You can hear me say that 30 times in a row. Okay.
Now you only have about $5,000 of coverage in place. So how do you think that would look like for your family today?
I don't know. Like I say, that's the reason why I'm getting what I'm doing. That's why I'm trying to see where I can get the pool. Trying to get a quote on how I see can I get some so I can have some to go get me, even if I have to go with my daughter out. You understand why I have my own.
Of course. Yep.
See, some agents would have just took that and kept it pushing. But watch what she does.
I mean, you want to make sure that your funeral expenses are taken care of. Is that right?
Yes.
Do you know if you want to be buried or cremated? Have you thought about that, Miss Shirley?
Cremated.
You want to be cremated? Do you have a good idea about the price range for that?
I don't want to say anything. 15 to 20. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, typically that's a little bit on the higher end. Typically what I tell my clients, I'm seeing anywhere between 2 to about 10,000. But with inflation, you know, every
yeah, with inflation, that's why I went to
yeah.
20.
And it could be higher than that. There's a couple different types of cremation. There's direct cremation, celebration of life, and burial style. So also, Shirley, depending on the route of cremation you go, that price can be variable, and it could be higher. It could be anywhere from 15 to 20,000 as well. But like I said, it could also be as low as maybe 2, 5, 8,000. But you only have about $5,000 of coverage in place right now. So if your cremation was higher than that, you know, anywhere from 10 to 15,000, do you believe your daughter would be able to take care of that out of pocket?
You guys like that? That was smooth. Like the client confessed to themselves Like that part there were just like so beautiful. And then we all understood what the agent just did there.
I know she would, but that's what I'm saying. I just don't have one child. I have three. I have two others.
Oh, you have two. You have two children.
I'm trying to get some for me. I cannot worry about what's going on with them. I'm worried about me where I won't make it so hard for them.
Okay. Would they be the ones who would have to pay out of pocket for your funeral?
Yes,
Okay. You said you have 2 kids or 3 kids?
I have three.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. So you want to leave money behind for them to make sure you're not putting any burden on them. Is that correct? Is
Right.
that what I'm hearing? Okay. Now, on a scale of like 1 to 10, Shirley, how important is it to you to make sure that you don't leave that burden behind for them?
It's very important.
You'd say it's very important? Okay. Well, I'm glad to hear that that's very important for you.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important is it to you? Man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Awesome. Okay, let's do it.
And then Jeanette, tell me a little bit about like what has you looking into this today? Have you experienced a loss recently, or like
No,
just something
I'm
in
just
place at the moment?
58, and I'm 58, and I don't have a lot, but
Put in the chat, you can hear it
you know,
okay.
I don't want to leave my kids with the debt that I can't fulfill before I drop.
Okay, okay. How many kids do you have, Miss Jeanette?
I have 4.
4 kids. Very good. Any grandkids?
Yeah, so far I have 5.
5. So you got a whole basketball team over there, Jeanette.
Yes, yeah, but
I love that little joke. I think I see a lot of people take that joke a lot. And it's a really cool joke. It kind of makes some client laugh a little bit in the first 3 to 4 minutes. I use that joke too. I think it's a cool joke. And it's so simple and it's so cheesy, but like it's something that you can use as well. Like take the jokes from other people and make it into yours. Yes, it's disarming. Perfect word. Let's keep going. Sorry.
I learned to tie their shoelaces.
Yeah. My wife and I, we had our first baby boy last year. He's turned in 18 months this week, actually.
Oh, congratulations. Don't teach
Thank
him to walk and talk, and you'll have a smooth sailing.
And I love this part in discovery. Like the client is giving you some family stuff, and then you're also giving some family stuff. Because I think when it comes to relationships, because we are forming a relationship with a client here, it can be a one-way street. You're just taking. You got to give too. So I love this giving, telling the client a little bit about who we are as a person as well.
Well, he's already passed us on that. He's already walking and talking. Yeah. Yeah,
It's awesome, isn't it?
it is the best. There's nothing like it. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So you said nothing in place right now, then, Miss Jeanette, and you're just hoping to make sure that your kids are taken care of.
Allergies are right.
Oh, you're all good.
Oh Lord, I'm filling up today. I want to be cremated.
Okay.
I don't want to funeral. Like no, I'll have a drink afterwards. But
Okay.
I'm in paper for them to, either pay off what's remaining or whatever.
Okay. Very good. So, Miss Jeanette, what's been the main thing, like keeping you back? I know, like you said, you're 58. You're starting to think about this. Like, what makes you feel like now's the right time?
Money mostly. I went through a divorce about 4 years ago and lost that insurance.
Okay.
Because I used to have insurance. But after the divorce, I didn't. And then I got into rebuilding my life and trying, because I was an over-the-road truck driver for 24 years. So living in the real world is a lot different. So I just have to have the funds to do it.
Okay. Have you been able to, have you talked to anyone that's given you quotes or anything?
I would have loved a rephrasing of what the client just said before the next question. I'm not mad about the question. What I wouldn't want to happen is that we go into a long tangent about the divorce and then the this and this, and that could go to a whole different part of the script, right? But I would have loved a rephrase and kind of what in the last recording. So we saw some rephrasing what the client said in the next question, if that makes sense. But the question being asked here is fine.
Thing, or is this kind of the first
Well,
conversation?
I did about 2 years ago up in Toledo, but again, it never got to fruition because it just wasn't the time.
Understood. So what makes this like more of the time now than a couple of years ago with you looking now?
Oh well, because now I'm settled.
Okay.
Now I'm actually in my life.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So then Jeanette, just tell me a little bit too. Man, just so you know, I just asked this because I feel like the better I understand your situation, the better I'm able to make sure.
Honey, ask whatever you want. I'm an open book.
I can tell. I can tell.
Yeah, no.
That. Yeah, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm doing the finding me the right kind of plan and everything. So that's why I asked.
Oh, that's awesome. That works better for me.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, ma'am. So, Jeanette, tell me a little bit about. I know you said you have 4 kids. You got 5 grandkids. Would that be, if you didn't have something in place, would that be a financial strain for them to put the money together to cover everything?
Yeah. Because one child ain't even in the picture, but the other ones, they have kids and stuff, and I don't want to leave anybody with what's mine. I don't want to have to leave anybody with what I owe.
With what's yours?
Well, yeah, with what debt I owe.
Man, that was crafty. I don't know if you guys caught that. And sometimes one of my favorite saying is I have a few sayings, brother, if you didn't realize. That's the old man in me. What's yours? Like sometimes it doesn't need to be like a long, elaborate, it's just what's yours? The client said, I don't want them to lead them with any what's mine, so something like that. And all the agent said is just what's yours? Like with an uptick in his voice, what's yours? And just left it there. He didn't say what's yours and then started to ramble on. He just said, what's yours? And the client has to now defend their position. You know how offensive line defended the quarterback, they had to defend like that, Ethan.
So that's one of the main reasons, and I just want to be cremated, and that's it.
Very good.
I'm fixing to start college in the fall, hopefully.
Oh, congrats.
Thanks. Very excited. I told you that didn't work out, so that I have mine. I'm good. Oh.
So what are you gonna go study?
Right now, I'm enrolled in business and management, but I might change it. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, if you're ever looking for a job, man, you can always come work with me. I'd be happy.
See, I mean, I just love it. It's like it's a personality thing, right, Ms. Green? It's like like we have to make the client feel like we're a human being. Like it's not just a script thing. It's like and the greats, and I want you guys to think that like it is a balance. And Dee will tell you, like, it's a balance trying to figure out where to insert personality and then where to insert the script, right? And it's really a balance. And you will find your balance. Don't force it. I promise you, don't force it. You will find your balance. When you find your balance, it will just be like harmony. Like just Alicia Keys does beautiful harmony. You guys like Alicia Keys? Are you more? I can tell you're more of a Beyonce person, Ms. Hernandez. I can tell that.
Well, I like you already. I'll bring you on.
Thank you. You're so sweet.
You bet. So, Miss Jeanette, so you got what are your kids' names, ma'am? I'm sorry, I feel rude just calling them your kids.
This is a very, very intentional question because he's going to use her kids' names throughout the whole presentation now. So that's a very intentional question because now he's going to use the kids' names throughout the presentation now. Because when people say your children's names, it sounds more meaningful. It hits home more.
Sydney, Kimberly, Eric, and
What was the last one there? Sorry, it cut out.
Nicholas.
Nicholas, okay.
Mhm.
Very good. So for Tiffany and Kimberly and Eric and Nicholas, then, ma'am, if you don't have something, are they having to take out a loan or do a GoFundMe? What does that look like if we don't have something in place?
Oh no, my daughter-in-law would cover it. She had.
Oh man, I love this. You're gonna get that in this. So now we're in the raising the stakes part. All right. We're in the raising stakes part, and the client, they didn't fall for the bait. They didn't fall for the bait, Mary. They're supposed to say, Erica, no, they can't pay for it. Well, the client's saying, oh, I see that coming. They can pay for it. Let's see what the agent does here.
She's a really, really good business-wise. She's that.
Okay.
So I'm pretty sure she'd bury me, or cremate me, but I don't want to have anybody pay.
Okay. Okay. Well, ma'am, I can tell, Jeanette, you're a good mother just the way you talk about your family and wanting to take that on. Not a lot of people think like that. So I commend you for that, ma'am. I wish more people did, to be honest with you.
So do I. I wish more people would teach their children to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that's your responsibility to take care of for them? If your daughter-in-law is well off and could handle it.
Because it ain't hers. It's mine. I created it. I'm working on paying it, but if something happens and I can't, then it's still mine, whether I'm dead or not. It's still mine. I created it.
I love the ums, the ums, the ums. The best discoveries, the best fact finding that I hear agents do is when the client can tell you vocally and explain to you vocally why is it so important to them. Many, many times.
Okay, so why is that important to you to take care of for them?
Well, because it's not theirs.
Yeah.
It's my body. It's. I didn't create me, but I still paid for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't buy the ticket, but I still had to ride the ride. It's still mine.
Very good, very good. Well, ma'am, I appreciate you sharing there about your family and everything. So you're wanting cremation. You said you don't want a funeral or anything. So really, and then you want to maybe leave something that sounds like extra behind on top of that cremation cost to make sure there's no debt left behind, right?
Yes, I mean, it's pretty simple.
Cool, awesome, beautiful, guys. So those are two recordings of agents talking to a live client on the phone. We just went over the fact finding, the discovery part of their scripts.